Sundar Pichai, the guy from Google. I saw him on 60 Minutes this last week, and I thought there was a great conversation with 60 Minutes, and I want you guys to take a look at this. Take a look at this for a second and see what you think.
How great a risk is the spread of disinformation?
AI will challenge that in a deeper way. The scale of this problem is going to be much bigger.
Bigger problems, he says, with fake news and fake images.
It will be possible with AI to create, a video easily where it could be Scott saying something or me saying something, and we never said that, and it could look accurate. But, at a societal scale, can cause a lot of harm.
Is Bard safe for society?
The way we have launched it today, as an experiment in a limited way, I think so. But we all have to be responsible in each step along the way.
Pichai told us he's being responsible by holding back for more testing advanced versions of Bard that he says can reason, plan, and connect to internet search. You are letting this out slowly so that society can get used to it?
That's one part of it. One part is also so that we get the user feedback and we can develop more robust safety layers.
Look, I think that's the conversation that we got to be looking at here. Is that we've got we've got some concerns as we start to look at AI and they start to roll this out, right? I mean, even Google doesn't know what's going to happen. I mean, he continues on in that article to go on and talk about, I'm not sure what's going to happen, right? And as we look at this, look, it's a great tool that we're now stepping into the new place. But I ask you, Joe. I mean, what's some of your concerns?
Well, my concerns are, that it's hard enough to figure out disinformation on the internet now for people that are not very informed and very inquisitive at nature. When they just see things, they believe them. And, we're a perfect example. We're about to go into another election cycle that we know is going to be explosive. And there, with the potential election interference the way that it was in 2020, if you don't think that there's going to be people creating videos that are going to be directly related to some sort of disinformation for both sides to be able to win this thing using AI, you're fooling yourselves, right? So we really, that's going to be our first big test, I think, in seeing what happens here in with this whole thing with AI and deep fakes. It's going to get really intense over the next couple of years.
Look, up until now, look, the whole idea is that, counterfeiting our financial world was impossible. Look, you went to federal prison, right? So it was really important that we did not counterfeit our financial world. It was important that for us that we don't counterfeit each other, right? If I want my kids to know it's me when I call them, or when I'm calling the bank, or when I'm at my office. But when we start to look at AI has the ability to create a deep fake of me, right? I mean, Hollywood is up in a roar right now with this whole idea. Is that right now, AI has the ability to forge me, right? All of a sudden, I become an AI model that they're using that, and I'm not sure how they're using it. I want the rights to know what AI is going to do with me, right? If it's going to impact me, forgeries, we've got to make sure that we're not having human forgeries. I think that's
here's a thought for you, Anthony. It's not going to, in my opinion, it's not going to be the regulation or the government that's going to be able to act fast enough to fix this problem. The new government, if you will, is the power players of this world, I should say, the social media campaigns, all from Elon Musk's companies to Google to ChatGPT. If they don't figure this out, we're going to have a big problem. And if somehow or another, because they're the only ones that could do it fast enough, the government can't. So they need to be able to put blockers in. I know, and people will say that it's censorship and all this other stuff, and there's going to be a crazy story around that. But they need to figure out a way to figure out what's deep fake, like what Twitter's doing with verified accounts, making sure they're not bots. That's going to get more and more relevant in the coming days and weeks and months ahead.
Well, we made it really clear with financial world. Look, if you forge money, we're sending you to federal jail, right? Prison. There is no doubt. You go forge money. We send you counterfeit money. You are going to jail. The same thing's got to hold true for our society, or we will have a breakdown in a societal, unless I give permission, right? Look, if I can't make it to a meeting and I need an AI to go there for me, and it's my AI version, but I choose to send them there or it there, now I might have that option, but I want agency over how that's distributed, how we start to put that out there. Look, if I'm an actor, I don't want AI, someone taking the rights to my AI and using me on a platform, and I don't get the revenue for that. I think that's what Hollywood's all up in a roar right now. They're all going upside down. And the concern I have is that as as we looked at social media, and it was a race to the bottom of our brainstem, right? We got that urge, that addiction, that part of us, that lower part of us that just fed off of social media, right? We just fed off it. I mean, I don't know about you, but I still find myself way more addicted to it than I should be, right? My reading's
Absolutely.
gone down. The whole social media thing's gone up for me, and it makes me nervous, right? Because now I have this urge to go grab my phone all day, and it raced. All the AI platform or all the social media platforms raced to the bottom of my brainstem to get me addicted to their platform, keep me on there longer, more hours. I mean, 10 years ago, there was no spending 8 hours on social media. I mean, go look at most people's accounts today. They got 5 to 7, 8 hours a day in social media time.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely nuts. I think that you're right. I mean, and that is the problem that we face today. We got to be able to self-regulate. I think that though, the back to what I was saying about it's the big power players that have to do something about this, and I think we've seen them do that a little bit with bad hate speech and other things that have come around. Somehow, some way, they need to be able to regulate what's being put out. They need to be coming from verified users. They need to be able to do this to be able. Otherwise, we're in trouble.